Okay, this is going to be some help on worksheet 5.5, starting on number 2, where it says exploring this number 39. And I'm really hungry, and so I'm shaking. That's really terrible, isn't it? 39 over 52. And it says explore this number. Okay, so there's an A, B, C, and a D. So the first thing on A, it says to rewrite this fraction as a fraction of just its prime factors. Now, if you'll remember, first, remember what a prime factor is. Remember, a prime factor is a number that only has 1 times that number to equal that number. There's no other way to get it. Let's pick a number. Let's say 5. Okay, is there anything that you can multiply by 5 to get, anything that you can multiply with to get 5 as the answer? Nothing except 1 times 5. So that means 5 is prime. So if you should understand that. I think we did get the prime numbers and we got those okay. Okay, so a prime number is a number that can only be gotten by 1 times itself, and that's it. All right, so it wants us to rewrite this using a fraction of just its prime factors. Okay, so it says right below there, it gives an example like 6/12 could be written, and it shows you its prime factors written as a fraction. Then it says hint. You can use a factor tree to help if you need to. You'll find it easiest to spot common factors if you list them all in order from least to greatest. So there's 2 different ways that we can do this. We can take 39. Well, actually, let me rephrase that. To get just its prime factors, you will need to do a factor tree. Some people don't have to. Some people are smart enough they can just do it without doing a factor tree, but I can't. Okay, I do believe it's 13 and 3 that makes 39. Am I right? 13 times 3. Let me pull this up. Yeah, I do believe that's right. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so 3 and 13. Remember, I can use that dot for multiplication. Okay, so these 2 numbers multiply together to get 39. Okay, now neither one of these numbers, these are both prime. Do you understand that you can't bring these don't have factors. Now they have 1 times itself, but we don't bring those down. Okay, so we're going to stop there because you can't go any further. That's as far as you can go. So we're going to list these in order of least to greatest. So for 39, the prime factors are 3 times 13. Okay, now let's do 52. List its prime factors. Okay, so let's see. This says we can use the calculator. That's why I'm using the calculator. Well, I know that 52 is divisible by 2 because it's a even number. So let's do 52 divided by 2. So we have 26. So 2 and 26 are factors that equal 52. Now 2 is already prime. 26 can be factored down, right? So I'm going to just bring this 2 down. It's just going to stay the same because it's already prime. Okay. Now I'm going to factor out 26. Wouldn't that be 13 times 2? Okay. Now 2's prime, so those can't come down. 13's prime, it can't come down. All right, now, so then let's go ahead and write in order. Okay, so this should be your answer for 2A. This is rewriting this fraction as a fraction of just its prime factors. That's what that means on A. Now let's look at B. Now it says circle the multiplications the numerator and denominator share. Okay, so that would be the multiplications the numerator and denominator share. That would be, I don't know if we're going to use this. I guess we can use this. What do they share? They share 13. Let me do this. And they share this. These are the only things that they share. They only share 13. Okay, so let me look in this book right quick and just see, make sure I'm telling you right. I keep looking at that thinking maybe I'm off or something. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's right. That's right. Yes, I'm telling you correctly. I was having second thoughts on that. I guess because I'm starving to death. Okay, so yes, so you'll circle the two, that's on B, circle the multiplications that the numerator and denominator share. Well, they share 13. So that's what you would do there. So on C, 2C, it says, what is the greatest common factor, the GCF, of the numerator and denominator? Well, the greatest common factor is the only factor they have in common, which is 13. So C, the answer is 13. That's the greatest common factor. Now on D, it says simplify the fraction, which would be this main fraction here. Simplify the fraction to its lowest terms by dividing the numerator and denominator by the GCF. So what is 39? Well, let's bring this down so we can kind of see what we're doing. My computer's moving very slowly. I'm going to have to delete some things. All right, so we're going to divide both of these by the GCF. So 39 divided by 13 is 3. 52 divided by 13 is, what is that? What is this? 2 and 2 is 4. Because 52 times 4 would be, that's not right. What? What did I tell you that wrong? 13. So 52 divided by 13. Yes, that's right. It is 4. What was I thinking? So it is 4. 52 divided by 13 is 4. I'm not thinking quite clearly today. Now, I don't know if that makes sense to you, but that's how you're going to explore that number. You're going to do the factor trees, write out those prime factors in order from least to greatest. You're going to find the ones. Now, sometimes they're going to have more than one circled, like they might have 2 on both of them, or 3 on both of them, or 7 on both of them. You'll circle everything that they have in common. But when it comes to the GCF, the greatest common factor, that's what you'll find. You'll find the greatest common factor, if that makes sense. Okay? All right, so, and then the third one is exploring 56 over 84. So what I'd like for you to do is I'd like for you to pause this and see if you can explore number 3, do it the same way we just did this one, and then turn it back on, and I'm going to tell you the answers. Make sure you got those right before you do the next one, okay? So go ahead and pause it. Okay, so let's see what you did on this on number 3. So on 3A, ooh, I can't hardly see. On 3A, you should have had, this would have been your answer, 2 times 2 times 2 times 7 over 2 times 2 times 3 times 7. Okay, this would have been what you had on A. These are the prime factors listed as a fraction. Okay, now on B, it says you should have circled both these and these. My computer screen is going nuts. And these. Those should have been circled. Those are all the ones that are common to both. So on 3C, your greatest common factor then would be, I know I told you wrong on the last one. I told you it'd be 7. It'd be the greatest common factor. Basically what it's going to be is you have to multiply these together. 4 and 7, 4 and 7. So your GCF would be 28. I left left out that step. I do apologize. You're supposed to, if there's something else, a lot of times you'll just have one, but sometimes you'll have more. So you'll just multiply everything, and then that's what your GCF is. All right, and then on D, you should have simplified it. Now, if you didn't get the GCF right, and I apologize, that's my fault. If you didn't get that right, this answer may not be right, but your simplification would have been 2/3 if you would have taken the original fraction and divided it by this. Okay, so anyway, so that's how you're going to do it. See if you can do the next one. I don't think I'm grading this page. Even if I said I was, I won't, because you've had a little difficulty on it. I just want you to understand it. So, but I think we're going to have more chances to practice on this and quote unquote explore these things. So anyway, let me know if you need any more help. If this wasn't very clear to you, let me know. Don't be afraid to tell me, look, I still didn't understand it, because I'll be happy to re-teach it to you again if I need to. Okay? That is all then.